hello, everybody, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that um, notification bell, and tell a friend. And don't forget to subscribe. We need you to subscribe. Well, no, not really. We like it small over here. Anywho, oh, interesting. Okay, so guys, welcome. Hey, Wendy. Okay. That was not my favorite part because I, well, the ring is usually a favorite part of mine, but I was disappointed. Hi, little lady. Okay, so today on the docket, we have, what the hell do we have? We have Thousand Pound Sister Season 7, Episode 5, Keep the Eye on the Tiger. Um, Jamal loved this episode. My patience is wearing thin with this crew, as it usually does. I'm surprised that I've got to five episodes without wanting to turn it off. But Jamal, why did you like this episode so much? Jamal?
Sorry about that. I was on mute.
Nah.
For me, the MVP of this episode was the doctor. He had me screaming. Okay, first of all, when he came out and said, right here, your brain functions like at 14%, and we wanted like around 80 plus. I was like, damn, 14. And then the producer go ask him, so that means that his brain is only working at like 14% capacity. He's like, well, and he wanted to laugh. He really did, because you saw it. He said, let's just say that it could be functioning a lot better.
I
I
don't think
was
so.
like, I was
I
like,
don't think it can.
okay. And then the next part got me thinking of you when he told her to lay down on her stomach so he could work on her back and they zoomed in on her dirty feet. I thought about you right away. I'm like, Debbie's gonna have a field day with this. Debbie's gonna be
That was
screaming like
gross.
how her feet are always dirty, and she's gonna go on a rant about her dirty feet.
But listen, if I had time, I would have taken snapshots of that. I would have. Because that is was so gross. Look, oh my god. Hey Ryan, I agree with Ryan. Misty was the MVP of this episode for me, for real. I mean, all right, let's just get into this, guys. Buckle up. All right, so we pick up this episode with Tammy and Chris still trying to talk to Amy about taking this whole jail thing and court case thing seriously. And Amy is still sitting there going, I don't want to talk about it because it makes my brain hurt. Now we understand why
Right.
it doesn't work for her, because her brain only works at 14% capacity. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Ryan says that 14% make everything make sense this entire series.
It really did though. I felt bad about feeling that way. I'm like, you know what? This displays everything from 14%. 14%.
Mm. So Wendy says she had back pain for all these years and hasn't ever mentioned it. Probably took one session after all these years to feel that much better. Girl, please. Listen, but she also gave herself away in her talking head because she was like, I can get medication or I could get weed, and I prefer weed. So if you're taking that as medicine, you're not calling it weed. You're a weed head,
Right.
plain and simple. And you got the medical card as an excuse to justify your addiction to weed. There we go. Anyway, let's go back here. I was done with them in the store. Um, I'm surprised that she found that suit. I'm wondering if production didn't bring it in there for her.
Probably did.
Yep. And I was just done with them in that store. It's so gross. Hold on. I was a bit perplexed because Amy was saying that she's an extra large, and Tammy was saying that she was a large. Huh? Where? What? None of these two women know their size. None.
Correct.
Um. Anyway.
I
Uh.
was not to be rude, but I was looking at Amy like, in whose country are you an extra large?
Well, we all know that we buy the clothes from Asia, and they have a totally different pattern that they cut from that actually doesn't fit the American physique.
Right.
So we're all shopping from Asia. Let's just call a thing a thing. Whether you buy from Amazon or you go into the stores, we all shopping from Asia. And I want to know what large and extra large they are fitting. Okay. That's all I have to say about that because I know what I'm fitting into with those patterns and those clothes that come from Asia. Just saying. But this is where Amy gives her excuse. She started off saying I only have 16 more pounds to go to drop. Now she's saying she doesn't care right now about the weight loss. It's the last thing on her mind. Um, and she is making another excuse to not lose weight. Now, what is confusing me is between the show and the various talking heads that she does, because at sometimes she looks smaller, and then sometimes she looks like she's about to bust a sausage, and it's very confusing for me how they're doing it. What did she say she was putting on her foot for court? Sneakers or something
I
else?
think
Because Chris
that was
asked her if she
sneakers.
was wearing her flip flops.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know where your sliders to court. I was like,
They
damn.
know her. They know her. The next scene was Tammy taking her mom to the beauty salon because she hasn't had a haircut in 3 years. Ryan, don't say it. I thought it was very nice of Tammy to take her mom to go and get her hair done because I used to do that for my mom. And it's very nice. She wanted to make her all pretty and butter her up so she could ask her if she wanted to meet her friend, Andrea. But the mother looked like she was already peeping this out.
Oh yeah, mom said she already knew. She figured it out.
Okay, mom might be old, but
Ready?
this is what we were talking about last night.
What?
Ryan said musty and greasy because, like, in my notes, I was like, has she not washed it in 3 years? Like,
Oh yeah. I no, I see what you're saying.
ah. And so I was talking with Ryan and Tracy last night during the show, and Ryan read my mind. Like, really? I'm not the only one thinking this. I'm so sorry. But anyway, um, Tammy is still trying to force this narrative that her family is not accepting. Why is production allowing this? Like the whole family doesn't care as long
Right.
as she's happy. I think even the mom said it at one point.
Yeah, she said, mom said I don't give a shit.
Mm. Was too nice. Their mom is mean AF. That's true, but it seems like she's turned a corner. Maybe they're paying her now. Maybe. Um, she never cared. Only wants plastic surgery. Neither of them can fit in anybody's large. Oof, oof, oof. Um, and I now realize who Amy looks like, the mama. Really? I don't look at the mom. She kind of scares me. Yay! So then you made it. Okay. Wendy's friend. Sorry, Wendy. Debbie. Peter Ma says that Tammy came out way before the Jerry episode, and he was shocked everybody didn't know. Really? Jamal, you're our connoisseur of this mess. Have you been watching from the beginning?
See, with this, I remember. Like remember I was in and out on them for a while, so we started covering them, and I
Okay.
do recall. I do recall this. Something about this, and especially when she said she had girlfriends in the past or something.
I only remember when she came out as pansexual, and at that time, I don't think I quite understood what pansexual was. I thought she meant anything in the frying pan, but I was corrected. I was corrected and brought up to speed, but you can't ever tell when they're joking or when they're not. Mama is slightly softer. I think so, but nobody's really pissed her off yet.
Right, that too.
Um, at this point, Tammy is not sure if she's going to introduce her to the mom, but then we see they later go to lunch or something. Next, we go to the chiropractor with Amy because her back's been hurting her since she got pregnant and had Gage. And since she had Gage, it's gotten worse. Um, she said that she got a prescription from her doctor to smoke Mary Jane legally. So since she's got arrested, she's trying to seek an alternative method and so that she can quit smoking. Really? That's so nice. That's so nice. Okay, so what is it? So this doctor did all these brain scans and then like asked her a basic question, can she do a squat? And she didn't know what a squat was. And then he did like a basic spinal alignment on her or something. Basically popped her neck and she felt better. Um, you went to Reiki, but you never sought out a chiropractor before. You went and got a prescription for weed, but you never sought out a chiropractor. This whole family don't make any sense to me. So this is where the doctor tells her after doing the brain scan or whatever that her brain only operates at 14% capacity, and it was
14%.
fully red. The scan that she took, it was fully red. I, that was, and she sat there and like she didn't get it, even when he told her that like normally it's 80 and above. Like she
She
didn't.
was so confused.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Um, she tells the doctor and everybody else in this town that she's been on antibiotics for a camel bite, and the doctor makes her repeat herself because he's never ever heard that. Um, okay, yeah, so she does the mobility assessment because he wants to see like how she walks and stuff like that. She gets on that table and her feet are disgusting, y'all. I'm so glad I didn't take pictures because I just can't. Um, oh my notes here. I started cursing in my notes. Jesus Christ. Oh my Lord. Um, let's see. Amy. Oh, he warns Amy that after the adjustment that she will be able to move better and she'll be able to shit. Now we all have heard Amy say this, at least for this season, that she's not shitting. She's not moving her bowels. Let's oh, and her farting as well. Can you imagine how backed up she is? Good Lord. Anyway, let's hope this works for her. Don't let Amy get an IQ test. Do they come out in the negatives? Do they come out in the negatives? Jesus. I really think she's on the spectrum. You do? No. She don't believe in Reiki yet has haunted dolls. Wendy, she doesn't make any sense to me. I think a lot of the stuff that they put on these screens is like they think that this is entertaining and they think that they are funny. Um, and for me, it's not. Is it me or does anybody else make sure they're clean, especially when you have to go to the doctor and take your shoes off? Yes, it's not just you. It's not just you, little lady. Seriously, like I have to,
Absolutely.
yeah, I have to go and do a full body scan at my dermatologist on Friday, and I am freaking the fuck out. I am like, ugh. When you go and get your mammogram, you can't even put on deodorant or perfume or powder or nothing. Shit, when I'm going to the dentist, I'm making sure that I'm clean and I'm not even taking off my clothes there. Hello, like, uh, mm, I don't know. Jamal calls me bougie, so maybe this is part of, being bougie. That, I make sure I am clean before I present myself in front of anybody.
Okay, bougie. Okay, that's not bougie. That's just good hygiene. Bougie is when like you tell someone like someone says like, oh, I like Skippy Crunchy peanut butter, right? Bougie is when like I only shop at Whole Foods and I only have the natural, organic, fresh from Africa peanuts from my crunchy peanut butter.
But I
That's
don't
bougie.
do that. You know my ass be at Costco buying the jumbo one that'll
But
last
something,
through the
but
apocalypse.
some things you are bougie on though, like your chocolates. What else? Your champagne.
I have
Your mushroom coffee.
favorites.
Your mushroom coffee.
I have favorites, and I'm trying to be
Bougie.
healthy. No, because I couldn't sleep and I was having body pains and I needed to poop.
Mushroom coffee equals bougie. Next.
It does not. It just is a really great marketing campaign that I fell for. Anyway, hi, Stephen. I think Amy has a developmental delay, not autism, but what do I know? Well, y'all are better people than me because I think somebody dropped her as a child multiple times. Um, Hold on. We get over to Amy's house, and here's my actual comment. The children seem clean and dressed. I said the house even looks like somebody cleaned it. Are they expecting company? These are all of my notes that are coming out and being recorded. Um, we find out that Tammy is coming over, Aunt TT, and Amy invited her over so that they could decorate for for Halloween, which is her favorite holiday, I guess. Um, she tells Tammy that she went to the chiropractor and it works, and she's been shitting all morning. Oh God, that's gross. Um, I don't know. The boys are all dressed up like policemen with the car around their waist. It's really cute. But Tammy had a good idea that she should have dressed the little kids up as camels. That would have been funnier. Um, Amy says that she's the goddess of Halloween and every day at her house is Halloween. Why? Because you don't clean it and it has cobwebs? I didn't get it. Did y'all see all the holes in the walls of her house? I'm not talking about like from nails, like somebody kicked in a hole in the wall. Don't call me bougie because y'all call me bougie because I was expecting air conditioning in Kentucky. I won't have it. Mm. Amy has confirmed that she's moving in with Brian. She is packing up her stuff to move in. So then that's how I realized she ain't cleaning. She just packed up the rubbish to move it elsewhere. And then I'm like, where's Amanda? Isn't Amanda supposed to be living with her? See, this is how their storyline is failing. Amanda's not living with her. Amanda's not living with her. But anyway,
Right.
she says she's avoiding Amanda. How are you avoiding Amanda in that 2x4 house?
Right.
Let's see. Tammy thinks that she needs to put moving in with somebody on hold and focus on court. Tammy is worried that she won't even learn a lesson after all of this. Amy says she wants to go trick or treating with her boys after decorating the house. Brian wants to take her to a fun house, and she invites Tammy, and I guess Tammy then invites Misty. Amy thinks that her family has judged Brian wrongly for the camel incident, and she wants to invite them to go to the haunted house so that they could get to know him better. Okay. All right. So if my sister got arrested with this dude for doing what she did and endangering her
Mm-hmm.
children in the process
Mm-hmm.
and getting bit by an animal, not even like a dog, but like a big zoo animal, and putting her own life at risk because you don't know what's in that animal's mouth. And what if he had pulled her out of the damn car and dragged her across the safari zoo? Like she's putting herself and her children at risk constantly. And so if I was a sibling, like why would I want to get to know the dude that was with you and putting up with all your shenanigans? Uh, and kind of, I don't know, enabling her.
Right.
Oh, I think her family's better than me. But then they're getting paid to be nice. The next segment, we see Chris taking Britney to Dr. Smith. This one was Dr. Smith.
Yes.
Okay. And she is exploring the possibility to see if she can qualify for a surgery because her diabetes is out of control. Now, listen, we all know there's such a thing as a pre-diabetes, right? Pre-diabetic period. So I thought that that's where she was. This
Same.
bitch, this bitch rolls up in there and said that her A1C is 10. What?
And she said it so calmly too.
Listen, my friend forgot his medication and went to London with his family. And he took sick up there. When he got back, his A1C was 10. They were petrified. Petrified. I was like, first of all, how the fuck you forget your medication? You grown. He's like, I don't need you yelling at me too. I'm just telling you what happened. But how is she 10 drinking six, lying, saying that she drank six sodies a day and like obviously not controlling her diet? Like, bitch, you work at McDonald's. Right down the dispenser is the Diet Coke if you need to have sody so much.
Right.
And then Chris busting her out saying that implying that she was lying about only having six sodas. What
Right.
is a normal A1C? What is it?
Five,
Under six?
five, under six. I think 5 to 6 is the normal.
Yeah, because when you get into like 5.5 to 6, you're considered pre-diabetic. So I think below that, you gotta stay within. Um, That means that she drinks 12 because you always double? Wait, okay, so since she works at McDonald's, right? What size cup is she drinking from? Or do you think she brings her own cup, like a
Unless she brings
super
her
size
own.
cup? Oh. A1C 10 and drinking six full sugar sodas. And you know the syrup that they send to McDonald's is a little bit different. They say that it's because it's a big straw, like a fat straw, that it hits your taste buds different. But I think they put more sugar in that syrup. I really do. That's why I don't drink it anymore. She's so happy to tell everyone, wants all the attention. Oh. Um, he said 6 cans was a slow day. Shit. Okay, so less than 5.7 is a normal A1C. Thank you. She needs to cut out all soda, drink water, black coffee, and unsweetened tea. She'd lose 40 right there. I agree, Stephen.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is the sad thing. Remember when Chris was on his weight loss journey? He remember we discussed it and said that like he was actually making life changes with his diet, with his exercise, and all of that. He falls off and on between filming. That's what I firmly believe. And
Agreed.
if if he's cooking healthy in the house, is she purposely not eating healthy?
You know what? I think with her, it's purely the sodas. I really do.
No, it
I think
isn't
this.
because remember at the beginning of this season, all that bacon that he put in the oven?
Okay, so bacon is protein, and granted, the fats aren't healthy. Let's be honest. I'm not delusional. The
Right.
fats aren't healthy, but she's actually better off eating bacon than she is drinking that soda. If you're drinking at minimum six sodas a day, a six pack of sodas a day,
Mm-hmm.
and exercising, yeah, that sugar's gonna, yeah. Mm-mm. I think I
But
really, but we would need to see, we would need to see her cut the sodas out to see if that's the case, though. To be completely honest.
I agree with you on the bacon, but the way how he prepared it was mind boggling to me. Like, if you're going to have your bacon as your protein, put it on a rack so all of that grease can drip
Grease falls
off.
off. Yeah,
And then put it on the towels and dab it to get off that. And get like a good cut of bacon, like the thick slab, so it's like mostly meat and not all fat.
right. No, I agree with you.
Oh my god, that's bougie corner for today. I figured they meant a six-pack. Oof. 5.7 to 6.4 is pre-diabetic. Child, everybody go get checked. Let's be better than Britney. McDonald's Diet Coke is so good though, it's so crispy. Well, there you go. Recommendation from Ryan, and put a slice of lime in it, and it tastes even better. Um, get a circle water bottle. A circle water bottle.
Circle, water. Yeah.
Is that something that measures how much water you drink per day? I
Mm,
don't know.
I heard they're really good, but I'm not sure what it is actually.
Little lady, can you give me a description of this? Because I need to drink more water. I don't drink enough. I keep
Oh
lying to
yeah,
my
they're 40.
doctor.
Oh, 40 ounces. They're all day. Straw sip. Oh, those are nice. I'm gonna get me one.
Oh, really, really? Okay.
Hmm.
Send me the deets, Jamal. Okay,
Yeah, I'll send
so
you. Oh, real
mhm,
quick, for those of you who do struggle with sodas and just like that flavor and taste, I found something amazing. That they taste really good and they're lower in sugar.
mhm,
70 calories per can. They're called Izzy sodas and they are fantastic.
mm,
They're fruit like fruit juice beverages, like
mhm.
minimal sugar, but so good. If you find them and your store has them, I suggest getting the apple. The
Oh,
apple is
flavor.
phenomenal.
Oh, okay, okay. It adds flavor to your water. Well, I had a bad soda habit. I used to drink a hot Coca-Cola for breakfast in the morning to wake me up. And I broke off of drinking soda, but what I realized was that I was craving more the carbonation than anything else.
Yeah.
So I
Hmm.
stock up on like club soda and seltzer water from the Costco, and I drink fizzy water most of the day. Um, and that helps with my water intake. It really does. Um, but I think everybody else is different. I think they like the sweet, they like the taste of it. I like to feel the bubbles hitting my nose. Flavored cartridges that give you a flavored water without the sugar or caffeine. It helped me to drink more water because sometimes I just can't drink plain. Same, same, same.
Plain
Um,
water's tough.
I might have two Sprites a week. Oh wow, that's good. I was drinking too much sodas myself. Is yummy water. Okay, learn
Yeah.
something new.
Izzy's, y'all. Izzy's. Ooh.
All right,
Don't hurt
so
yourself.
Dr. Smith tells her, well, she says that her doctor, after admitting this Coca-Cola addiction, she says that her doctor says she'll most likely have to go on the shots. So that means that the metformin is not working. She's on metformin right now. But she's not made any revisions to her lifestyle or diet. Um, Brittany asked him if she could be a candidate, and he says yes. People like Tammy are like a small percentage. It's normally people who are just a bit overweight and have medical issues, and the surgery helps them to control their medical issues. And most of his patients are 75 to 100 pounds overweight. So she would fall into that category. Um, let's see, what else does he say? He says that basically she definitely needs to try and bring her A1C down below 10, and that he gives her a 15-pound weight loss. And Chris is a little upset because he always got 50-pound goals to lose weight. And he's calling her out. But she wasn't weighing 500 pounds like you were, Chris.
Exactly.
So leave her alone. She says that she wants to do this for her grandkids. Now, did y'all hear the tittle tattle that she did? Is it true that she's pregnant? Somebody in the chat let me know. Does Brian have something wrong with him? Why is he always smiling with his mouth and eyes wide open and moving his head around like he's looking at stuff that's not
Well,
there?
um,
I was noticing.
I'm
Did you notice that when they were in the fun house, the horror house,
yes.
in the padded room? I didn't want to be mean, but it,
Me
it
neither.
yeah, it was weird. I was wondering the same thing. I heard he did, but not sure if it's true. Oof. If Britney's diabetes, excuse me, isn't under control and she needs to lose weight, why hasn't her doctor put her on a GLP-1 like Manjaro or Ozempic? I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question though, because that's available to the cat and dog now. Everybody's getting it. Um, McDonald's put something in all their items to make us addicted. I believe
Especially
that.
especially the fries.
Let me tell you, I haven't eaten McDonald's this entire year. I'm so proud of myself because I used to go after that dollar menu. When talking outside, he was doing it. Really? You mean when they were walking to the car and she was crying? He wants her boys. Sorry, but I felt that all season. Oh, really? There is something in the fries. I agree with that. That was my biggest weakness. I would just go to the drive through and get fries.
Yes,
Um,
seriously.
okay, so next scene, we see Andrea driving Tammy to go and meet Tammy's mom for lunch. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Was that was that Chris's van that they were driving, or does everybody have a van like that? Um. Anyway, they get to the restaurant. The mom's already there. They have like small talk, but the mom, this confirms it for the mom. And she's like, I don't really care as long as they're happy and they treat each other well, whatever. Who cares? You know, even the mom doesn't care. She doesn't. And why was okay, I know this mother is mean. Okay.
Hmm.
Y'all have told me enough this woman is mean. She looks mean. But if you brought this girl to meet your mom and you telling her that y'all met on the dating app and all of this, why you just don't come out and say the rest?
Right.
But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm older or something. Tabby tells the girl that her mother has no filter. Um, the mother says she knew what was going on within 5 seconds. But the mom did greet Andrea very nice, shook her hand, spoke with her very nice. Tammy seemed a bit frightened of what her mother was going to say, but I guess she was on her best behavior. Um, the story that she told about Tammy, like, I don't understand this family's sense of humor. Like, why was she talking about how Tammy would stand up on the toilet bowl and piss standing up instead of like how a girl pisses?
Embarrass her.
Okay. Okie dokie. Tammy admits that her mother didn't embarrass her too badly, which is good. The production asked Tammy if she's going to introduce Andrea to the rest of her siblings. And she says she doesn't know because it's hard to introduce people like that to her family because they can be so skeptical, and that's why she doesn't want Andrea around her family. Lies. Lies. Um, let's see. They're heading off to the haunted house. So this is Misty, Tammy, Amy, and Brian. They're heading off to the haunted house. Um, Hold on. Well, they're going through the haunted house. It was kind of boring to me, but they thought it was good. She said they get to the padded room, and then all of a sudden, Brian is closing the door, and all of the goblins and ghouls are just standing up there. Tammy doesn't even know where she's supposed to stand. Misty looks like she's getting ready to bust out laughing. And next thing you know, this dude is down on one knee saying, I know we said that we weren't going to do this again, but will you marry me? And he pulls out this pink box and she says yes. And he puts the ring on her finger. And then they go outside and she's like, we're engaged, bitches. And you see Tammy and Misty looking at each other, talking with their eyes, going, what the fuck? They go outside and go, what the hell? That was a whole mess. And then they're sitting on the railing for the place. And Tammy says, I want to congratulate you. I wish y'all nothing but the best. Misty says she got to go home. Tammy and Brian go to the car and she starts crying because she says no one in her family wants to see her happy. And I'm like, somebody wished you the best. It's more than what I would
Right.
have given you. I don't know. It just doesn't
I
make
just,
sense to me.
I think I've been rude and just walked out. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, like they said, Tammy of all people said, "I wish you the best." Misty kept her fucking mouth shut because she didn't want to say something bad, and she went home. I don't
Like, here's my whole
understand.
thing. My whole thing is you both be going to jail for 30 years, but you're concerned and not and Tammy and Amy not be with your children. But your concern is that being engaged, priorities. See, this is where that 14% comes in for me. And I'll just leave it right there. I just gonna leave it right there.
I didn't find out about his job. Tracy said that he did work for a local newspaper. He started out doing the obituaries, but got moved up to sports. And he has apparently some great reports on local teams from the high school. Um, and then some people said he was a nurse. So I don't know. I don't know what he does or if he's even currently employed now. I would be able to tiptoe around this. I'd be warning her about the boys. I don't know why they're not sitting down and talking to the both of them because this man, we've seen him love bomb her. This is moving way too fast. It doesn't make sense. Uh, let's hope she know how to call Uber on her phone. I found his house, but literally nothing else. Shut up, you did? Is it nice? Is that the house that she's sitting in now for her confessionals? The clean one? Because
Yeah,
that's it.
he said he had a big house.
Wow. Um, he is a news reporter for a small newspaper in Kentucky. He does obituaries and sports. Okay, thank you, little lady, for confirming that. Um, okay. Oh my god, I put down this idiot is proposing. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, so then we have mm, Tammy and Misty were talking on in a one-on-one with the production. Tammy says it was fucking ridiculous. It was just awkward. Amy needs to be in a padded cell. Um, let's see. Tammy says it's too much on Amy's plate. She thinks that Amy is rushing it. Tammy says that Amy is doing too much. Missy says she hasn't even got herself sorted out yet. I guess in referring to the court situation.
Right.
Tammy says that she wished that they would slow down. Amy says that she has told him that they're going too fast, and he says he's just not slowing down. And that was when the four of them were sitting on that banister. So I don't understand if Amy is telling Brian that they need to slow down, why is he willfully disrespecting her requests? What relationship are they in? That was weird for me because it's as if he doesn't hear what she's saying. And then he like love bombs her. It's very weird. Um Somebody said that when Amy was with Michael, they were together. Oh, it was Amy. She said when she was with Michael, they were together for a week before they started looking at engagement rings. Which week was that? When you was 6? Because hasn't she been together with him since she was in single digits?
Who, Michael?
Yeah, Amy, and when she was together with Michael, remember they met when she was really young. And then I think they got together in high school and then dropped, like, fell apart. And then I guess when she got the show, he started sniffing around her again. Let's see. So she said the two of them, oh my God, I said the two of them talking is like they both have brains that operate at 14%. I'm sorry. I really need to stop giving my own commentary in my notes. Um, Amy and Misty head home. No, Tammy and Misty head home. Amy and Brian go to their car in the parking lot, and she's crying, um, saying nothing she does pleases anyone in her family, and they could never be happy for her. She's in the car crying. Brian is saying that also that they're not happy for her. Whatever. Stop feeding into her insecurities. Tammy says she doesn't care if she's hurt Amy's feelings and that she's tired of covering up for her mistakes. She says that her and Brian haven't known each other very long and she needs to pay attention to the mess that is her life. I agree with Tammy. I didn't hate Tammy too much this episode. Has she come off the vaping yet? I don't think so. They met at 8 years old because Chira and Amanda were dating. Oh. And they became friends. Then years later, Amy and Michael started dating. Now, the woman so they've been saying that Chris might have dated one of Michael's sisters. Has anyone confirmed that? Steven, you could. We want to hear your snarky comments. I swear, this is the only show that they just pour out of me because I cannot believe the stupidity I'm watching. She says she was in high school when they started dating, not him. Yeah, because he's a bit older than her. He's a bit older than her. I don't know. This show.
No, they're only three. Allegedly they're only 3 years apart.
Nuh-uh. Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Amanda used to be married to Michael's brother, but I think somebody said that Chris also dated one of their sisters.
I mean, it's a small town, so I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, but they're behaving like there's no one else in the town to fornicate with.
It's a small town.
It's not that small. We saw the corn festival where everybody comes to fight. Yes, he dated the sister. So did he marry her or did he marry somebody outside of these two families? I'm just asking for a friend. But that was the episode, y'all. Jamal, do you have any comments on this drivel?
I'm just sitting here. I'm just still here bewildered about that 14%. That 14% about took me out.
You couldn't even get that out. You are so shocked. Who 14%? I bet you
14 like
the camel's brain activity
yes.
is better than hers.
14 like I was just like 14%. I'm like you're like laying in bed watching like reruns all day and maybe a little drool. I mean like 14.
Michael was
14.
born 82 and Amy was born 87. Okay.
5 years.
You,
Okay.
Wendy.
I mean, did your high school start in sixth grade? Or did he fail a couple times?
Oh my God. Do you think they got left back in elementary school?
Michael for them to date in high school, Michael would have had to been left back at least once.
I know my friend is so nosy. Oh my God. This show. Oh Jesus. Okay, y'all. This is it. We are done. We've gotten through another episode. This was Thousand Pound Sisters season 7, episode 5. Keep the eye on the tiger. Side note: a guy was bit by a camel at the same zoo 3 years ago. Shut up! Really?
What? Damn.
Ooh. Thank you, Cooking with Sarah. I love it. You know we're gonna go and search on YouTube now. All right, guys, this is it for today's episode with Thousand Pound Sisters. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing our catch up on Polyfamily, episodes 2 and 3. Jamal, you got to do your homework.
I mean, I definitely watch this because y'all, if you're not afraid of Reddit, go to the Reddit because it's a mess over there. All the businesses over there. I'm sitting here like, what?
Yeah,
And
they're
and
even
TLC
trying.
just and TLC just reaffirms that they will hire anybody.
Brian probably brought up arranged marriages to make her send. Oh. Ooh. Brian need not say anything at all about anything to make her second guess. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, y'all, let's get out of here. I can smell my soup dumplings. They smell
Oh, oh.
good. That's wild. What would I do there? Unless Michael was left back, which is possible. Yeah, I think that's probably it.
It has to be.
Hmm. Do we know if any of them graduated? Oh, he's trying to normalize the speed? No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. There's nothing about this that can be normalized, and that's just in my opinion. I bet he was left back in grade two. He was left back a grade or two. Oh my God. You really think he left back multiple times? Y'all are messy. I'm not this messy. I'm a paragon of virtue.
Of whose virtue? I'm sorry.
Shut up. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Please hit the thumbs up. We need it. And come back tomorrow and bring your notes on polyfamily. That should be a hoot. All right, guys. Jamal, since you had no final thoughts,
We are not.
you have some
My
some-
final thought is 14%, and I'm gonna figure out how she's walking with 14%. I'm gonna have to do some research.
I want to know what other like people or species operate at 14%,
Oh, oh, like maybe you like look up famous people who operate at 14% brain function.
or anyone who operates at 14%. What does that mean? Chris dated Angela, who was the older sister of Michael, and their older brother, who was married to Amanda. She was shown in their the episode where they went out for Amy's bachelorette party. Shit, really? But Chris didn't marry Angela. He just dated her. So the children's mother is somebody else, right? I'm nosy for myself with this. Cause that 14% got me shook. Cause I think Michael's along the same lines. Have you heard about the new show Hunt for Love? Hunt for Love. That's not the one with the virgins, is it? Where's Hunt for Love? Amy talked
Or
about it in her old YouTube videos in the beginning of the show. Okay, that's why I've missed it because I haven't watched this from the beginning.
or botch bariatrics. I'm like, really?
Oof. They just dated back in the day. Are you all going to watch the new show with the old virgins? I'm gonna watch it. Jamal, are you gonna at least watch the first episode?
Is it TLC based? I'm assuming it is.
I don't know. Well, Virgin is TLC. I'm looking up Hunt for Love TV show. 90 Day Hunt for Love. Oh,
No, not
okay.
90 Day, not the 90 Day Hunt for Love, y'all.
Listen, they bring back Usman.
Wait. They bring back Usman?
Usman, because he can get a visa to Mexico, because that's where they're filming it. They got
Okay,
Usman, Chantel, Tim, the girl that Tim brought on TV the last
Veronica.
time. No, not Veronica. What was her name? And then her Jamal turned her out, and they teamed up against Veronica and Tim on the tell-all. And there's Colt, not Colt, Colt. Colt is gonna be on there. Um, who else? The info sites tied Chris and his kids to April Oliphant. I'm guessing that's the ex-wife. Oh, okay, okay, awesome. Well, it would just be very disturbing if three people in their family married three people in Michael's family. It would just like
Yeah,
be overkill.
that's a bit merch.
Yeah. Usman
So 90 Day
Chantel,
Love.
Tim's OG. Oh, it's the Colombian girlfriend, not the one that Jamal turned out. Jennifer. Oh, okay. It's. I might watch one episode. I might watch one
Huh? Okay.
episode.
If these people are cults, Usman, that's gonna be a holler. Yeah, I'll have to watch it just to see.
And it looked like Usman was sizing up to Chantel, but I don't know. Interesting. And maybe all of her plastic surgery will settle by the time we see her on the show. Anyway, y'all, we've kept you long enough, but they only bring a bunch of singles for them to date. Can they date multiple of the singles? You know, that would be an interesting plot twist. I'm just saying. All right, Jamal, we're going to see you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.